Hi, I'm Andrew with Baker's Gas. We're here today to do a Q&A about the Multimatic 220 and the Rebel 205. So I'm going to answer from a list of the most popular questions we've gotten about these units. So let's dive right in. I'll start answering for you. So right off the top of the list here, what is the biggest difference between the 220 and the 205? Well, the biggest difference right now is this one's available and this one is not. There's the biggest difference. But as far as features, a little bit more flexibility on the AC TIG, a little bit more user friendly on setup. Just to answer that one. Number two, as far as the AC output, which one is superior? So I believe the ESAB 205 is superior because it has more range on changing parameters, changing settings than the 220. It has more range. I think that better answers it. Number three, which one has better MIG welding setup? My personal preference, the Multimatic 220. I'm real partial to the Bernard MIG guns. Their drive roll system where it's quick set. You just push in and out. It changes the size wire if you're changing. This one you got to buy different drive rolls. You got to swap them out. The MIG gun, it's okay. It's not as nice as the Bernard. So. Number four, this is my first welder setup for at home. Which would you recommend? Will primarily be MIG welding, but want to get into TIG. So which one would I recommend? First welder setup. So depending on price point, I mean first welder, this one, if you're brand new to the whole thing, this one definitely is more user friendly right out of the box. Now once you get going, capabilities, this one has more performance. So primarily the MIG setup, this one's easier to just go. It's auto set, good to go right out of the box, plug and play, easier to use. But to get into the TIG, you can get into some good TIG welding with this, but if you want a better TIG welder, AC especially, now on DC they're both equivalent, let's put it like that. Number five, thinking about getting a Miller 215, do you think it's worth the jump to go to the 220? Absolutely, I think it's worth it. Spend the extra money and you get a better machine, in my opinion. Number six, auto set versus smart MIG, which is better and which is more user friendly? So auto set is user friendly because if you're new to it, you're a novice, it's plug and play. You plug the machine in, tell it what size metal, and it gives you automatic settings. Now you can change them, you can go up or down, but it's user friendly. So whereas smart MIG, it is better for repeatability, right? So when you want to make consistent welds, say you're working on some kind of a project where, you know, art craft project where you're making the same thing multiple times, smart MIG, it's going to give you the same consistent weld. Once it tunes in, man, it welds great. Sweet feature on this unit. Smart MIG is cool. To set them apart or to say one's not good and one's better than the other, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about both of them. I think they both have their, it just depends on the application. What are you doing with it? That's my question, you know. Let's see. Number seven, are ESAB consumables hard to find? I see more Miller in my area, but I really am thinking about going 205. Are ESAB consumables hard to find? Not if you shop at bakersgas.com. You can find anything on there. But they are generally hard to find. Not every distributor out there is going to have ESAB consumables, whereas with the Bernard setup and that kind of thing, most places have Miller consumables, Bernard consumables. You know, I would say if you shop online, you're an online buyer, you can find ESAB consumables anywhere. You can buy them from bakersgas.com. But if you're going out to these independents or these big box stores like Airgas and all that stuff, we can go, you know, that you're not going to find consumables for this. You might find consumables for that. Now, if you come to Baker's Gas, our brick and mortar stores, we have consumables for both. And and we stock consumables for both because we sell these machines and we service this industry and everything. So just to give you that. Number 8, which one do you sell more of, the Miller or ESAB? Well, right now we sell more Miller because obviously it's in stock, right? It's a, you know, we're waiting for this thing to come out, just to answer that question. I think once it comes out and hits the road, they're going to be comparable. As far as thickness for material, can you tell me the difference? So set on 220 volt, they both range from 24 gauge to 3/8. They're both comparable, both the same. So that's kind of a unique thing. And then number 10, is the Rebel worth the wait? Well, from what I'm seeing here today, and not going back on not knowing what the, 1 year out, 2 year out, what these machines will be doing then, you know what I mean, as far as longevity, I would say it's worth the wait. It's pretty sweet. It's got some, the AC output on it, it's awesome. But then going back to the Miller, it just launched too. Longevity on that, we're not sure. We're not sure on this one. So and that's a sweet unit too. I mean, I'm not trying to set them apart. But number 11, been waiting for this for a year. Bakers, give me some guidance. Give you some guidance. I just say buyer awareness. If take my advice with a grain of salt and choose wisely. I think either one of them, you're not gonna go wrong. You're gonna have a good, reliable machine. And everybody, Miller generally, their longevity on machines is great. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that where we service a lot of some, their machines and that kind of thing. ESAB, just hitting the road running, getting back into the game with welders, and they launching these Rebels. It's awesome. I mean, they're changing the world. This machine is going to change the world. And to give you guys guidance on what to buy, there's my dilemma. I sell both of them. So how can I say either one is better? I'll leave that up to you guys. But stay tuned for more videos, and thanks for watching my Q&A. If you've got any more questions, if I didn't answer your question, put it down below and I'll be sure to get to it. So thanks again for watching. Subscribe at Baker's Gas on YouTube.